Once, in the dusk-lit town of Elm Hollow, a tightly knit community felt distanced from the world beyond their old, whispering trees. They were known for their tales that echoed through the ages, urban legends that slithered like shadows, whispering warnings to eager ears. But there was one story that gripped the town tighter than the others and dragged them down into the darkness. It began decades before in the heart of Elm Hollow, when a girl named Lila vanished without a trace. She had been well-liked and full of life, her laughter like chimes in the wind. One chilly October night, she wandered into the woods just outside town, chasing the fleeting glimmer of fireflies. When dawn broke, she was nowhere to be found, and panic ensued. Police combed every inch of the surrounding forest, but her vibrant spirit dissipated into the autumn air, leaving only uncertainty and hushed whispers. In the days that followed, the townsfolk came together to search for Lila, but as time marched on, hope dwindled into despair. Eventually, she faded into memory, replaced by the legend of the Whispering Girl. The story told how Lila, bound forever to the woods, now roamed with ghostly charm, seeking companionship among the living. It became an unspoken rule: never venture into the woods alone, especially at twilight. Years passed, and the legend grew, shifting from mere folklore to a rite of passage for children entering adolescence. They dared one another to approach the tree line, placing bets on who would hear Lila's haunting call. "If you hear her whisper your name," they said with nervous giggles, "it means you've been chosen." One by one, they summoned the courage to brush against the edge of the forest, teasing fate. But for 14-year-old Mia, that whisper promised an unsettling thrill. A natural skeptic, she scoffed at tales of the Whispering Girl. One fateful autumn evening, her friends dared her to go deeper than ever before. With an air of bravado, she agreed, her heart racing not from fear but from excitement. As she slipped through the dense thicket, the trees closed around her like a cloak woven from night itself. Mia pressed forward, the wind sighing through the branches like a warning. Shadows danced and the chill deepened. She made her way to a clearing, where the ground was twisted and gnarled, roots snaking like fingers across the earth. The sun dipped low on the horizon, and she could feel the weight of the darkness creeping in. Her friends' laughter faded behind her, leaving her oddly alone. She stood there, half expecting the forest to begin its ancient chant. There was a stillness, a silence that felt heavy, almost sentient. Suddenly, as if conjured from the very soil beneath her feet, a soft voice broke the quiet. Mia, her heart dropped. She spun on her heel, searching for the source of the whisper, but she was alone. "Who's there?" she called, feigning bravado. The voice returned, tender yet eerie. "Mia, come play with me." Quote, with a mix of curiosity and dread, Mia stepped forward. "What do you want?" she demanded, her voice shaky. The wind picked up, swirling dead leaves around her feet, capturing the sound of her pulse pounding in her ears. "I want a friend," it crooned, a melodic echo that tantalized and terrified. "I've been so lonely." Quote, a chill slithered down her spine. This was the tale, she realized, spoken from the lips of an innocent yet tragic soul. "Lila?" Mia whispered, entranced by the ghostly allure. In the fleeting twilight, shadows began to twist, forming shapes of little girls with laughter that dripped like honey and terror intertwined. "You've come to play, haven't you?" "No," she shouted, yet her voice quavered, fear battling against intrigue. "I didn't come for that." But the air thickened. Something in the forest shifted. Darkness pooled around her, transforming friends into phantoms, the whispers beckoning, luring her deeper into the glen where reality blurred. "My friends abandoned me," Lila's voice cooed, "but you can stay with me forever." Quote, Mia stumbled back, heart racing against the pounding of an ancient rhythm, the heartbeat of the woods. Desperation fueled her flight as she dashed through the thickets, branches snatching at her clothes, dragging her back into the darkness. The whispers grew louder, a cacophony of discarded dreams intertwined with desperate longing. "Mia, don't leave me. Mia, play," the voice wailed as she broke free of the trees, bursting into the cold embrace of the open air. Her friends were waiting, their laughter echoing under the moonlight, unaware of the darkness lurking just beyond the tree line. Breathless, trembling, Mia stumbled back into the reassuring glow of the lampposts. But when she looked back, She could have sworn she glimpsed a pair of ghostly eyes, glistening with unshed tears, framed by the embrace of the trees. She would never speak of that night, nor mention Lila's name again. The legend persisted, haunting the edges of memory, but she knew deeper truths. Some stories carry weight, lingering in shadows that whisper desperation to the unwary. And in the heart of Elm Hollow, memories weave their own darkness, one that entices and devours those who dare to seek.